Everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is Glamorize It, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today I have another talk for you guys that I hope that you find interesting. Based off my thumbnail, I know that you already know what this video is about, because if you didn't, why would you click? The only thing is that I ask before you continue to watch is that you subscribe. I really want to have a couple of subscribers by the time I hit the end of 2020, so if you guys can help me out, I would definitely appreciate it. But yeah, let's get started. You could be a college student, you could be maybe an entrepreneur, and you're just interested in the world of IT, but maybe you just don't really know what that means or what's in store. What can you do? A lot of businesses, for example, they have automated voice systems, and they are able to process your language, your natural real language, and are able to direct a call to a different number or to a different service. And that all requires information technology. And maybe you've used technology, but you just weren't really thinking of it. You weren't aware of how dependent your life and everyone's lives around you is dependent on technology. And because it's such a big integral part of life, it has so many different layers and levels to it that make IT what it is. If you want to be very fun and creative with it, I like to think of it as like a pizza. First, you have the foundation, you have your hardware that really make IT what it is, and then on top of that hardware layer, you have other layers such as your operating system. You have softwares that basically tell hardware what to do. I would say the software is like the cheese. It's like the sauce and the cheese that, really makes the pizza the pizza. And bread is fun, but when you have the cheese and the sauce on top, it just makes it even better. And then on top of that software little layer, you have, your adornments. Let's say we like supreme pizzas. Supreme pizzas are not my fave, but yeah. You have, your sausage, your bacon, your bell peppers, your onions, your mushrooms, pepperoni, all those toppings. Those are the different tasks, or those are the different job functions within the entire field that just make the entire pizza what it is. And so those functions and those roles are what lead to my very first reason as to why you should become an IT professional. It is a very diverse field. So why is it a diverse field? What can you do as an IT professional? You can take on tasks such as being a project manager. So basically you oversee technical projects. You oversee the building of the actual hardware that companies are trying to put in place to help run their companies efficiently. That's a really big task, and you need managers or people who literally will oversee those projects, and who may not be the most technical, who may not really like putting physical parts together and actually coding certain software to make a product work. You need managers who can actually understand or get a sense of how a project works or what a project entails, but really all they're doing is just overseeing that project. They are responsible for things such as budget, project constraints. They have to outline the resources that a project will need, and that is a very big role and a very significant role within the IT field. Then if you want to get a little bit more technical, there are other roles such as a data analyst, cloud architecture developers, there's software developers, there's front-end web developers. So yeah, the field is so diverse. There's always, I like to say, there's a piece of the pie for everyone. Yeah, there's so much diversity in terms of the different types of roles you can take on. My second tip as to why you should pursue a role in the IT career field is that there are several jobs in demand within IT. Right now, we're all working remotely, and some of us, we work for very large corporations, we work for very small businesses, and these companies, because they have employees and these employees are using their company resources, they are on that company's network. A lot of leadership of these companies, they want to ensure that the data that is being transmitted between employees is very secure. You have companies that are really demanding individuals that are really good with cybersecurity. another field of IT that you can explore. When we go on Google, certain things such as CAPTCHA, they are used to verify that robots are not being used on computers to basically attack a network, to attack a certain application or a system, and to take data and to basically destroy a company. And in order to make sure that doesn't happen, you need cybersecurity professionals, people whose job is to really understand different types of software attacks, hardware attacks that can make companies vulnerable to basically being closed down. Because people are now remote and there's now an increased risk of that possibly happening, that there could be someone who can just kind of jump into the traffic of a company's network and basically destroy everything that the company has built. You best believe that companies are trying to ensure that they have top security professionals. Another big in-demand field right now are cloud developers. We have things such as iCloud, and then there's Google Cloud, there's AWS, which is Amazon Web Services. These are all businesses that offer different cloud models and cloud products. And with that comes a lot of data that is being sent to those services. And that data, of course, has to be secure, which is why you have your cybersecurity professionals, but you also need your cloud architects to be able to determine, okay, what type of cloud infrastructure do we need to help support our business needs? Or what type of cloud architecture is the least expensive but also meets the business requirements. There's so many different fields now that are such in demand within IT that you pretty much are guaranteed a job if you have these very technical skills. And a lot of the times you can obtain these technical skills just through trainings, or you can go back to school, graduate school. I know a lot of people do that. Or they can be self-taught. You can go online and literally teach yourself a lot of these skills and practices that are very in demand today. And when you have a lot of demand for something but a little talent for it, which for IT that's a pretty big issue, and only a small subset of people are really good in that skill, the salary is going to be a lot higher for those individuals who are able to fulfill that skill. So those people who are really exploring cloud architecture, and those database administrators who are really good at mining data and making sure that databases are secure and set up correctly to ensure business efficiency, those people are going to be paid big bucks. Which leads me to my third reason why you should become an IT professional. The pay is sometimes really good. There are people out there who do have technical degrees and they may not have work or unemployment, but they do have those technical skills. And the one thing about IT is that once you have a hard skill, once you know how to program in a certain language, it's very easy to pick up other technical skills along the way because you're used to thinking on a certain wavelength. And it'd be very easy to find a job or anything like that. So I would definitely recommend to get into the IT field because the pay can be very good, especially if you're applying for a very in-demand job. You do 6 months of training and then you're literally making upwards of 100K. It happens. Even myself, I'm trying to challenge myself to really learn a lot more hardcore technical skills. I want to be equipped with the skills that are most in demand. Just because as an IT professional, it's important to stay up to date with certain skill levels. But when you do have those skills and you just obtain them through like little certificate trainings or little projects here and there, people are going to start trusting you with that technical skill, and they're going to ask you and onboard you to get that job. And guess what? They're going to pay you accordingly, because a lot of those technical skills, they require a lot of hours of work. They require a dedication to really understanding it, because a lot of people around you, they don't understand that work, so they're going to be asking you questions. So that's a lot of pressure on you, and your company is going to want to pay you accordingly. So another reason. My fourth reason for pursuing a career in the IT field is that it teaches you to think critically. I will say, before I was exposed to the world of information technology, before I learned about computer science and computer information systems, I would say I used to think, but I didn't think to the extent that I do today. When you learn how to program something, or you do learn how to do something super technical that, you just, like, it almost brings you to tears, like, because you don't really understand what's going on. Your thought process, the way you analyze situations is just on a whole different level. But that's why a lot of companies, they ask that people go to college, because in college, it's, even though it's not guaranteed, it's almost an expectation that you would have basically created projects, and you would have undergone certain experiences that teach you how to be a more critical thinker than you were in, say, high school, middle school. That's why a lot of employers, they have that college graduation requirement, because they know that, hey, this person has gone through a 4-year course. It's they've been critically thinking, they've been doing challenging projects, they've been doing this and that, they've been doing leadership skills. So this person has what it takes to really do well at our company. And it's related to IT, whether it be computer science, computer information systems, computer engineering. That requires a whole lot of critical thinking, especially if you don't have like a strong background in it and you kind of just start off fresh. And it shows that, okay, this person, they know how to build an operating system. For my college degree, I had to learn about operating systems and how they work, and we even had to create a little piece of operating system. That was the worst. It just teaches you how to think critically, and if you are someone who finds yourself sometimes leaning towards more of the straight and narrow, I would definitely say you should definitely think about how you could challenge yourself in learning something a little bit more challenging, something that really puts a little bit of strain and makes you feel like you don't know what you're doing. And then when you're able to figure it out, it's almost like a reward, because you could tell yourself, okay, I did that, I completed that, I sat down, figured out the problem, and I solved it. That's literally what IT is all about. And lastly, the reason why you should pursue a career in the IT field is because IT is the future. Everyone is going to be experiencing some type of automation in their life, whether it be that the work they do is automated, or maybe they might lose their job because now companies are investing in technology that will speed up the process of doing certain work. I wouldn't be surprised if 10 years from now they actually have robots that count voting ballots and who actually handle that process, just to ensure more accuracy. And so we have to be ready to say, okay, I have taken the steps to really understand just a general sense of what IT is all about, and I feel okay that even if I don't know something, I have learned a little bit about it to know that I can pursue something, that I can do something technical. And that's why I even got my degree. I knew that me personally, if I wanted to be someone who had a better understanding of the technology that rules this world, I would have to study it. The world is getting smarter by the day. And us humans, we have flaws. We sometimes don't remember things correctly. We sometimes get lazy. We sometimes aren't able to process things in a certain way. And robots, just through logic, just through computer programs that people actually write, and through the wonderful works of machine learning, these robots, these computers, they're able to do things that as humans, for the most part, we can do, but we just probably would not be as good at it. When it comes to less technical things, such as, understanding empathy and understanding, sensory details of the outside world, yes, humans always will prevail, I believe, but, robots and technology is catching up to us, Always just stay on the curve, like stay on edge, because nothing is secure anymore, nothing is guaranteed, and technology, the only thing that's guaranteed, I feel, is that technology is not going away anytime soon. Hope you all enjoyed this video and that you found it helpful. Please give it a like, a thumbs up, comment if you like. I hope to put out some more videos as well this week. I'm still trying to figure out my schedule. I'm just trying to think of other content I should do. Subscribe to Glamorize It because I like the idea of making IT seem more beautiful and more glamorous. A cool way to think about it is to say, okay, yeah, I am an IT professional and I do this within the field. I manage this. I design this within IT. I was a product designer for this. And I want to just talk more about those different paths you can take, because I felt like I never really, when I was younger, I didn't really have people who I could talk to about it. I want to make IT seem more cool and more accessible to different people with different backgrounds and with different experiences and with different skills. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you in the next one.